Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dude's Brunch, your late night morning talk show. I'm your host Taylor. With me this week to talk about internet memes and breakfast foods, it's Tyler Reed. Tyler, what did you have for brunch today?
Hey everybody. Today, or should I say yesterday, had D&D again, so I made a wonderful brunch at Catherine. Had a ham casserole, and went ahead and got some Buskin Donuts, which is a local bakery around here in Cincinnati. And I had a lemon crunch and a double chocolate cake. So, good stuff.
Sounds delicious. Although, was that today or yesterday? You didn't really clarify.
It was yesterday. I did actually clarify. I was playing D&D yesterday, so
it's important that we have the timeline correct.
That's right. And of course, black iced coffee.
Of course. Sean Evans is here. Sean, what did you have for brunch?
This morning I had black coffee and stale, old, generic honey cluster nut oat things.
That sounds thoroughly mediocre.
Yeah, we don't really have any breakfast food, nor did I feel like making it because I had to be in to work an hour early, so I was like, you know what?
Nah.
There it is.
Whoomp. There it is?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Except it was more like womp, there it is.
Oh, womp. There it is. Well, for brunch this morning, I had some coffee and a couple pieces of toast and some eggs with peppers and onions in it and some orange juice. It's basically the most balanced meal I've had in like 6 years.
6 years?
I mean, you know, on TV when they show like part of a balanced breakfast and they show all the food groups laid out and there's like multiple different beverages and different courses and it looks like this just like smorgasbord of breakfast food. That's how I felt this morning eating my brunch.
Were you also listening to some classical music while you're at it?
No, I was listening to a podcast.
How disappointing.
I know. Well, let's dive into this podcast that we make with some follow-up from previous podcasts. First things first, I'm sure everybody by now knows that the Szechuan sauce is back. How excited are you, Sean?
Well, I want to give it time to like disseminate into the McDonald's. I mean, I know that you and I live in major markets, so I'm sure that we'll eventually get it, but I don't no longer do I live that close to a McDonald's or where it's like within 100 meters of where I live or work. So I actually have to go out of my way to get it now, and I want to make sure that it's going to be there when I show up.
Yeah, I want to get confirmation on Instagram or something that it actually is happening. But McDonald's corporate is saying they're going to see what they can do. So I think this is basically happening.
See, that's what I mean. I'm not just showing up on the promise of Szechuan. If it takes 9 more seasons, I'll wait it out when it comes.
And of course, we posted in the subreddit the new Binging with Babish, where he attempts to create Szechuan sauce for his McNuggets a variety of different ways. What'd you think about that as our Szechuan correspondent, Sean?
Oh, I loved it. I kind of want to make the one that he said was really good. His is always way too intense for me, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah, his whole, like, I'm going to brown these peppers myself and all of this stuff, and I'm going to have plum-flavored sake. And I was like, where do you even buy plum-flavored sake? You know?
It's for the joke. So, I mean, like, if you're going to do the damn thing, you might as well do it right, you know? If you're...
I mean, you're not wrong, but I do think that there's more truth to his last rendition, which is just McDonald's barbecue and McDonald's sweet and sour sauce mixed together, and they called it Szechuan sauce. I fully anticipate it being that.
And that's why they called it Szechuan sauce.
Oh.
Is it? Is it really?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out in a few months.
That video has almost 2 million views. I think that's his most popular video now. It has to be. Surely.
Listen, once you get the Rick and Morty bump, you ain't going back.
Sean's right. It's all about that Rick and Morty bump.
We've been trying to get that Rick and Morty bump since, like, 2 years ago now.
I seriously think we have mentioned little bits in the last, like, 8 podcasts.
Probably. I was about to do it there, but I was like, no, that would be uncool.
We've ran that joke into the ground. Moving on. Stephen Colbert ran one of our jokes into the ground this week. I guess it's not really our joke, but he did a reversion of High Stranger. Did you guys see this?
No.
It's in the show notes. It's pretty short. You should take a look. So, in the cartoon, Colbert and his team have made the High Stranger claymation character into Donald Trump, and he makes some cute references to the healthcare bill and golden showers, and I don't know. I thought it was an okay take on this. What do you guys think?
I mean, it sure was a thing, wasn't it? I don't know. I mean, late night shows is where comedy goes to die, right?
I thought we already established that was the Ellen DeGeneres show.
I mean, also.
Dang. Wow, Sean. Way to... Woo! No prisoners there. He's just... He's riding that steed in a battle, swords out. Like,
Sean, what's your hot take?
I still don't really care about this video, but I do like political satire. So I'm 50-50.
Well, it's a shame that you're not 57-43.
What?
Because those are the results of the poll, and I won. I had the best internet garbage.
You cooked the books.
I sure did not.
You cooked the books. Post the results.
I will post the results. I will screen cap it and put it in the show notes for everyone to see.
Post it on Twitter right now.
57-43.
What I'm really confused about is how many people voted, because I definitely voted for Monster Trucks with my account, and also I think the Rooks account. So
Oh, you cheater.
I like double dipped on that, so I don't...
You see, I didn't vote at all.
I didn't vote
I
at
wanted
all.
to see what the results were. See, because mine only says 7 votes, which I don't think is statistically...
Hey, we never set a minimum or maximum amount of votes. We just said we would run the poll for a week and see what happened.
I think you cheated.
I don't think I cheated.
I think you had like 2 people at your office vote, which is enough to sway it.
I absolutely did not.
This is not a representative sample of what actually people think. We can go into this. Changes in the show topic. We're talking about what it means.
No, I think what happened here is that you lost and you don't want to pony up the $10 to send me some beer.
I'm not ponying up crap because you cheated.
Okay, how about we compromise? We'll both send each other beer.
All right, that sounds good.
Is that fair?
But for the record, there was 3 million votes that were for you that were illegal. Just for the record, at least 3.
At least 3,
Million.
just for the record. And the Russians weren't involved at all, right?
They weren't.
Absolutely not. That's all the follow-up I had.
We could follow up on how I finally finished Arrested Development Season 3.
That's right! We need to follow up on that.
Oh my god.
Cause no one fucking bothered to put anything in for my AMA.
So, I will AM you some A. That doesn't work. What did you think?
Boy, it got really sexual towards the end there, didn't it?
Oh my god.
I mean, it was
like-
really sexual throughout.
I mean, but it was like, they really were like, fuck it. I guess Tobias is just gay as shit, isn't he? Which is completely fine. I'm just saying, they really like, kind of like, kept it pretty low.
That joke never really ends, even in season 4.
Right, but they were like, no. This is real. And then they really were like, I guess they're just gonna get married.
Who, George Michael and Maybe?
That was awkward again. You're like, ooh, that's... Yeah. I thought the second to last episode where they're like, please tell your friends to watch this show. That was like the most like on the nose I've ever seen like a televised program ever be, where it's like, guys, we need to make a lot of money. Everyone needs to help out and pitch in. And they're like, yeah, I can. It's like all these characters are so likable all of a sudden. What happened?
Did you what was your favorite joke of the series?
I mean, if you like discount like the banana stand and always leave a note, like those are like, all right. You watch the first 2 episodes, we get it. It's very funny. I don't know what was my favorite joke other than.
Or have you quoted the show to anybody? Like, have you like?
I feel like I have, but I can't recall what it is now. I feel like I've like made unintentional like references to Tobias before. um,
Tyler, do you secretly identify most with Tobias?
no, I don't actually, but that's a
Oh
great
my
joke,
God.
isn't it? Actually, I think I think one of my favorite. I like that maybe is a film director that just goes on. For...
I can see you going around and being like, "Marry me," and then.
and then of course, and then for the 16th birthday party, she just gets fired. And you're like, oh god, it's and then that whole like situation and how that ends. I think is the cringiest, but also the one of the best parts.
Oh, I don't think that's the cringiest at all.
I mean, it's not, but
I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character as the blind lawyer is by far the cringiest part of that whole show.
oh, but God, that was so good. That was
No, Mr. F. Once you figure it out, is pretty. That's got to be one of the most insensitive reoccurring jokes of that entire series. Although I gotta say, it took me 2 times of watching it to get that they were saying "watch out for the poppins."
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Beware of the poppins. I was like, what? And then he got hit by the poppins, and I was like, is that Mary Poppins? Did he get hit by it?
A Mary Poppins on a string? Yeah.
Or when they do when the Japanese come to do the home, to do the investment thing, and the
I figured that was
George
probably
Michael
one of
gets the
Tyler's
jetpack.
favorites, yeah. With the episode with the mole,
oh, that's right. Wait, fuck.
where they build the tiny town.
Oh yeah, and they have giant monsters.
You want to build Tiny Town?
That was really good. I did really like that part. Although it did have that weird part where they're like the jetpack. I think was one of my least favorite parts that they incorporated into the show, just because it just they use like shitty CGI for that. But I did appreciate the giant monster battle.
Well, I'm glad that you're caught up to a 15-year-old TV show.
And also the part where they had the Charlie Brown music. I don't know how they got it.
If you like that, you're gonna love season 4.
Great. And also the part where they couldn't make the banana stand feud entertaining. They had the yellow sun.
3 bananas for free.
And it's like, we are in a yellow.
But we couldn't afford to buy the rights for it, so I love I think probably one of my favorite jokes is when Ron Howard starts making fun of the narrator.
That's not until season 4, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
He does that a little bit in season 3.
Yeah.
But in season 4, Ron Howard is a character and the narrator at the same time. And it's thoroughly confusing.
Oh, and I love the bit with Andy Richter's 5 brothers. And how they can never get it right. It's so funny.
I'm just glad that we finally can make references on this show that Tyler will understand. Now, if only he'll watch all of Archer and all of Rick and Morty, maybe he'll finally get it, Sean.
I just don't understand how he hasn't seen Rick and Morty yet. It's literally like...
Is it on Netflix?
No.
It's on Hulu, though.
Wow. I'm not paying for Hulu. Fuck that shit.
This is worth it. I don't say that.
I don't know if paying $10 plus ads is worth it, but that's fine.
But you'll also get
pay for it.
You'll also get all of Cartoon Network. So you get Adventure Time and Samurai Jack and Gravity Falls and all of that.
I mean, this is a beautiful segue into one of our topic is, but like, let me just say, get the 7-day free trial of Hulu, binge watch Rick and Morty over a 1-day period, which is totally possible to do, and then get rid of it.
He's not wrong.
You can binge watch Rick and Morty the entire series in like 6 hours.
Just
6 hours?
Man, just think of how swifty he would get.
It's only 20 minutes an episode. And there's what, 20 episodes?
We don't need to do that math. It's not important.
Are you drinking Natty?
No, this is Good People IPA out of... Where are they from? Birmingham, Alabama.
You know what I found this week?
Alabama.
Hams.
We have hams here, too.
Dude, have you tried
No.
it? Dude, it's fantastic. It's the best 24 cans of anything I've gotten for less than $15. I'm telling you, it is like probably my go-to beer if I can find it now, because it tastes amazing and it's like cheaper than Natty. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm not just telling you that because I love cheap beer. This genuinely tastes great and it's dirt cheap.
I was reminiscing actually about you and our time playing frisbee golf with some people this weekend, and I was trying to explain to them the glory of spending a day in the hot summer sun and then coming inside to drink Genesee cream, and they were like, that just sounds awful. And so now I need to find a place where I can buy Jenny cream and expose these plebeians.
You gotta be open to it. You can't...
I mean, anything you can get for 50 cents a can is a good thing in my book. This has been Sean and Taylor's Occasional Beer Corner.
Join us next week where I recommend High Life again.
We've been drinking that. We've been drinking more of that. I just got ham because I saw it in the corner, out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, you know what? If this is bad, I'm gonna have to drink it. And man, it was just a good gamble.
So for our main discussion this week, I want to talk about YouTube TV and the new invention of the old invention that is online television, otherwise known as cable, but not. So I sent the guys a link that'll be in the show notes from Recode, which is an article called Which Internet TV Bundle is Right for You? And it's a comparison of some of these services like YouTube TV, which just launched this past week as we record, along with Sling TV, which we've talked about before, Fubo TV, which I've never heard of, DirecTV Now, and PlayStation View. So I guess just to kind of get a feel for the playing field, is anybody subscribed to any of these or have them in their home?
I think Catherine did the 7-day subscription in PlayStation View. I think that's about it, though. I think she might have also tried Sling, but that's really not surprising.
My roommate has Sling. He got it so that he could keep up with a few shows and then just hasn't really canceled it. And we don't really watch a whole lot on it, but it gives us access to a bunch of different apps on the Apple TV that we wouldn't otherwise have. So we still keep it around.
No.
I mean, no, we have like basic, we have like the satellite channels that you can get here, which is surprisingly a lot if you live in a city. I mean, I think we still have like 60 basic cable channels, and we have HBO and Netflix. So
wait, so you mean you have an antenna, or you have like, what are you doing?
it comes through. It comes through the cable. We pay like $15.
Oh, okay. So you just have like the most basic cable package.
Yeah.
And then HBO Now or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so for those who aren't aware of this and think, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really like your Netflix, your Hulu, your HBO Now, because this is much more like a traditional cable subscription. You're paying for an assortment of channels per month, and it ranges from 20 to about $80 for the most expensive DirecTV Now package. The cheapest is the base model of Sling TV. And there's no picking and choosing your channels, really. You can do various bundles, but you're always going to pay for like 20 or 30 channels at a time, as opposed to like Netflix where you're paying $10 a month for one set of content. Does that sound like a fair comparison to you guys?
Yeah, that's
so we've talked about, streaming services on this show before, typically in terms of music, but I'm curious what you guys think about this model for TV, because we all grew up in kind of the channel surfing mode of TV. And none of us really have had cable up until Sean. I think you just got it when you moved into this place in DC, right?
Yeah. And by cable, I mean just so I can have like basic channels. because I didn't want to.
So do these internet services appeal to you guys at all?
Yes and no. Like, it's interesting looking over now because at certain points, I've really thought about getting Sling TV, and I feel like $20 a month is pretty reasonable. I probably would get rid of this package that I have right now, and get an antenna if I want to do that, because like, it has the channels that I actually feel like I would watch, like Travel Channel and TNT, and not History Channel anymore. Sorry, 2002 is come and gone. Like ESPN and AMC, like places where I could watch the dramas that I like and where I could watch the sports that I like. And to be honest, I don't really have it. Like, unfortunately, everyone loves football so much, and football is the crappiest sport that you could possibly ever televise. But sorry, that's just me. I mean, to be honest, in all honesty, like, I don't really even like the idea of like having all of these TV channels either, because like I have Netflix and I have HBO, and if I could afford it, like if I could make it manageable to just get like NBA League Pass, which is really the only sport that I genuinely care enough about to pay to watch it all the time, I would just get that. Because I like watching basketball so much that I will want to watch every team play.
You know, I'm finding myself in a very similar boat. It's interesting that you mentioned the NBA League Pass, because this season I'm not really considering it because I don't have the money for it, but if I had the money for it, I would probably pay for MLB at Bat this baseball season, because I like to follow the Reds, and my office is across from the brand new Braves Stadium. And so I kind of have to follow the Braves because like the outcome of their games determines the probability of traffic in my commute. And I just like watching baseball. So, I mean, I would pay whatever it is, like $10 a month for MLB at Bat, but baseball season is like 9 months long and I don't have $90 to spend on baseball right now. So I think I'm probably just going to stick to, you know, my Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Sling amalgam, where I'm like borrowing streaming services from everyone I know. But this is, I mean, I don't know, this is kind of appealing. It's not as appealing to me as like you said, like the NBA League Pass or the MLB at Bat, because you still don't know what games are going to be televised and if they're going to be televised on a channel that you want to watch. Whereas if you pay for something straight through the sports league, you get access to every game no matter what. And that seems like a way better bargain.
Right. And I think like the thing too, the only thing that's like pretty kind of terrible about those things is like if you live in the market, you're screwed. Like, it might not be worth see, this is what's like really weird. I know we kind of talked about, you and I kind of talked about this a little bit, or we talked about this on the show a little bit before. We talked about like internet service providers and how they can still bundle, like how telecommunications companies can bundle stuff still and whatever else. Like, if you like the Atlanta Braves and you get MLB Pass, you cannot watch them live. They are going to be blacked out to you. You can watch the Reds live, but they'll be but like the Braves will be blacked out.
But Braves games will be blacked out because I live in that market, yeah.
Right, and for what I think for basketball, I think it's 72 hours. You can't watch the game.
Yeah, and it's like at that point you'll already know who won and know the highlights, right. So who cares?
Exactly. So it's just like at some point it just seems really stupid unless you like a team that doesn't live where you live. It doesn't play where you live, you know? So it's like if you're a huge fan of the Reds, it's a good way to go. If you're like a huge fan of baseball as a whole, it's a good way to go. But like I feel like, and by and large, if you're going to get blacked out of watching your favorite team, you're going to get stuck with cable. Like if you want to watch Washington, D.C. sports, you have to get Masson, which is where they play hockey, the Orioles, the Nationals, the Redskins. I don't think they play the Ravens on there, but like you have to have that channel. That's where they play everybody at, with the exception of the primetime games. That's what I mean. Like I just, that bothers me a little bit though.
So let's sling this over to Tyler, who is not really a regular sports watcher. Does this appeal to you as somebody who watches some TV but not a whole lot?
I mean, the right off the bat answer is no. But if I were to entertain the idea a bit, I would say that I think in my current sort of like lifestyle, where I'm Sunday night, we're doing this. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm out of the house. I'm basically double working, so I get home at like 10 p.m. I usually work one weekend night, so either Friday or Saturday. So it leaves me Monday, Thursday, let's just say Friday, Saturday. So I have like 4 days. And it's like, if I had a little bit of a different schedule, if I only had one job, I would consider it more. Or if I had a job that was a little more flexible in hours. But I mean, as it stands now, podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, there's always new anime music to listen to. Because the infinite like vastness of like shitty vaporwave is just, it's as deep as the ocean can go. So I'm satisfied by just simple drum beats at this point. I think maybe if I just had about 20 more hours of free time on my hands, I would maybe consider it, because I would want to keep up with some shows. Otherwise, I'm still on time for it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good indication, right? Like, do you really have time to add these shows to your life? And I mean, I don't feel like I do either. Like, a bunch of shows that I watch just drop new seasons on Netflix, and I'm still not watching them. Like, I already have them for free. I mean, not for free, but I have them on Netflix, and I'm not watching them. So if I had them on my YouTube DVR, like, it's not going to change the fact that I don't have time to stay current on Gotham,
Well, there's so much going on right now, too. I'm almost like, I don't sit down on a weekly basis around a show's schedule anymore. Like, I just don't do that.
Do you ever miss the channel flipping aspect of it, though? Where you're just like, I don't have anything on my list to watch, and I just want to mindlessly put on TV?
Oh, absolutely not. We don't live in that society anymore.
No. I don't feel like that anymore.
I'm sure you can find like a YouTube rip of a Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives episode.
That's true.
I just watch.
Yeah, I guess Tyler's right. When it came to that, I felt like I was just watching the same thing.
Just Food Channel all the time?
Over and over. Yeah, it was like I would come home from, I think the last time we had cable was when I was in graduate school, all four of us in the apartment, and I would come home alone in the afternoon after class, and I would just turn on BBC America and watch Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares for 6 hours and do my homework. Like,
oh, hell yeah. Alton Brown's on. I love that show.
Is that what we're losing? Are we losing the mindless food television? Is Netflix making us a less obese society?
I don't think it has anything to do with it.
I'm pretty sure that show's on Netflix anyways, and Catherine does binge out to just watching that show. That's her new rotation now. It used to be Voyager.
That's interesting. So she just binges on food shows?
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like even when I was like back in the channel server days, I would watch like 2 of them, like 2 episodes of Gordon Ramsay or 2 episodes of, I don't know, heaven forbid, Guy Fieri.
Oh, Guy Fieri.
And then you're like,
he's the best part.
And then you're like, I just can't do another hour of this. If I do another hour of this, I'm going to eat all the food in my house.
I mean, it's Chopped, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Good Eats, God, what else is there? I think those are the British Bake Off. There you go. That's the
Those are the four.
holy quintinity of food shows.
Sean is avidly shaking his head no. Do you have a critique of Catherine's food show diet?
No, I don't have a critique of it. I mean, I used to do that too, but now I don't because I can afford to eat.
Right. Well, she does have to live vicariously through that because she can't have literally anything.
That's what I mean. It's not really a critique. It's like I get it.
So what did you watch when you had? I mean, we talked about food shows, but what else did we watch when we were like in that kind of cable package channel surfing mindset that's kind of fallen out of vogue recently? Because I feel like television used to be so different when that was the way we consumed it.
Well, there was the darkest timeline where I watched a lot of VH1, but that was also when they had like I love the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then like the show, was that what it's called? What was it? The Best Week Ever?
Oh yeah, Best Week Ever. Yeah.
Joel McHale, I think. No, that was The Soup, and that was on a different channel.
That was on E, yeah.
But there was just like a bunch of like stupid like commentary shows where things would happen, and then Michael Ian Black would commentate over it. So,
you know, you say they were stupid, but I think those shows really kind of informed my view on pop culture, and it makes me sad that those shows don't exist anymore because no one would watch them now. All those people are just on podcasts.
I feel like they launched I Love the 90s a little too soon because they had like all basically the parents are like, oh, they have Power Rangers. Oh, these kids just love Power Rangers, and we had to fucking get it for them. And I'm like,
I mean, I Love the 90s was close, but I feel like it was when they did I Love the 2000s that it jumped the shark.
Like, let us right now do it, and we're like, Power Rangers were the best thing because that's a perspective that would be different from old people.
Sean, what did you watch when you were channel surfing the cables?
I didn't channel surf. I knew what I wanted to watch all the time. Like if it was animated, I was gonna watch it. That was pretty much it. Like I would find it.
So you were solidly flipping between like Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, and Nickelodeon?
I knew what was on. Like I knew that in the afternoons that if you came home that King of the Hill was gonna be on TBS. Like I knew that I knew what the times were, so if I was home, that was what I was gonna watch. I was never really like endlessly flipping. I knew what was on, and I knew when I was free, and that was what I was gonna count on watching. And if it I still to this day hold a grudge against that '70s show, because on TBS for 2 years I could count on coming home and watching King of the Hill for like 6 hours a day, and then one day I came home and that '70s show was on, and I still hate that show.
Well, I mean, how many years apart were we in school? 3? Yeah. I mean, I only remember coming home from school and watching that '70s show. The 2 shows that I remember watching after school are that '70s show and Viva La Bam. And I think I've seen every episode of both like 10 times.
I guess I watched that for a while too. Like, I watched Jersey Shore because that was pretty funny. But it was way more targeted. Like, I watched Big and Rob when it was on.
Oh, that show was so good.
Like, I was way more Rob and Big. Like, I was way more likely to pull up the channel guide and flip the channel guide to find something I wanted to watch than just like go up one by one by one. That was annoying.
I mean, I don't think at any point I was ever like, well, let's see if this show's any good on this random station. Like, you better believe I was sniping those channels. Like, I want this one, this one, this one, or this one.
I think I did a mix. I would snipe the channels when I knew what was on, like from 3 to 4 when it was that '70s show or whatever. But then at some point, usually on like a Saturday or something, when I didn't know the schedule, I was just like, click, 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 click. Finally found Robin Big. Oh, it's over. Now they're playing like fucking Road Rules Challenge. Click, 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 click. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And like, that's the only... I feel like that's why I would want to have one of these internet cable subscriptions, is every once in a while I find myself on the couch on the weekend just flipping through the channels, and I only have basic antenna, and it's like golf, Univision, like Nat Geo special for children, golf, and that's it. and I just want to like, find some old movie or like some I Love the 90s or some, just basic cable garbage to put on in the background while I take a nap on a Sunday afternoon. But I don't think it's worth $20 a month to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think I already pay subscriptions to so much stuff, too much stuff. I feel like that I can't, like I don't want to pay another $20 a month because I think too like, okay, so at what point does it just become like outrageous, right? So you have like, you pay $10 a month for Netflix. I pay $10 a month for Apple Music. I pay $15 a month for TV and HBO, which is my basic channels and HBO. That's $35 right there that I pay for, like, media coming in. I've thought about spending an extra $5 a month and getting the New York Times because, I mean, I kind of buy into this whole NPR. If you want good journalism, you should pay for it, and that's like a dutiful thing to do. But like,
suddenly you're paying $80 a month for media, and it's just like having a cable subscription.
Right, that's what I mean. And I'm just thinking, like, I already have so much. I don't want to pay another $20 to have, because I feel like I'm already like only watching so much of something. Like I can only devote so much of my time to doing something. Like I don't have a treadmill in my house, so I can't run and watch television. But I do have Apple Music, and I can listen to tons of music and run all the time. Or do housework and listen to music all the time. Or drive to work and listen to music all the time. Like, so it's just like, but I can't.
Yeah, there's not much you can do while you watch TV, I understand.
And you have to guarantee me, too, that, like, that if I buy your service, that there's going to be stuff on there that's going to make it worth $20 a month. Like, if I pay, what, the basketball season is 9 months. Subscription for one team is $120. For the whole league, it's $200.
Yeah, I mean, you throw that on top of you throw that on top of what you're already paying, and you have a basic cable subscription.
But at least I know if I get like one of those subscription things, if I get like a baseball, basketball, or whatever subscription, that I know that I can turn that on and I can. It's more direct too. Like you can watch the game. You can watch the game that you want to watch, or the highlights that you want to watch, or the media that they produce that you want to watch. Where I feel like with Sling, like you get a bunch of channels and you don't have control. Like you don't get to choose.
You just get the feed of what would normally be on TV.
Right. And I don't want the feed. I want, like NBA League Pass sounds like a good idea because I can turn it on and not have to watch commercials. I can just put it on and let it go. Like, done and done.
I mean, there's just, infinite amount of content on Netflix anyway, so why do you need more? It's already the best value. Fuck Hulu. Yeah, you don't get Hey Arnold, but just go buy the DVDs if you really want it that bad. It's better than supporting stupid Hulu. On Amazon, I have. Yeah. I bought it, and I got it for 24 hours, and it cost a couple bucks. And I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. And I didn't have to get Hulu. They have original programming that's been great. It's been getting great reviews. I feel like they're doing the Lord's work.
All right, everybody. It's time for, depending on your sensibilities, your favorite or least favorite segment of this podcast, This Week in Internet Garbage. This week's Internet Garbage comes to us by way of Tyler. Tyler, what's going on here?
I don't think there's any context that can truly prepare you for this internet gold. Okay, so I don't entirely recall where I first saw this or who showed this to me, but anyway, it's simply called Rainbow Road by the YouTube channel Rhymes with Stomach, This video came out in 2008. And I'd probably watched it somewhere around that time period originally. That being said, about a week ago, Nick Robinson made a very funny tweet involving that song. And so I was like, oh yeah. And number one, Nick Robinson and I are also like sort of like kind of like, for some reason I had a strange like similar childhood. So I'm like, oh my god, we did have the same childhood. And so TLDR, it just takes the Rainbow Road song, and there's a wonderful song with some lyrics added to it. And as it turns out, Rainbow Road is a place where you go when you die, in addition to also where you Mario Kart.
Yeah, this is
The song
a very
made that abundantly clear.
deep song here, Tyler. Like, they don't leave a lot open to interpretation.
No. It's called the Rainbow Road. It's the road that you go when you die.
Yeah, it is a road. It is called Rainbow Road.
And also, Ripperoni Uncle Walter.
Yeah, Ripperoni Uncle Walter. Mostly, it amazes me that this video had green screen in it. Like, they matted out the singer and Uncle Walter pretty well. Like, the green screen work in this is actually better than some of the green screen work in Anthony Fantano's videos.
Well, I think that's a different...
That's true. It's a different vibe, but yeah.
I mean,
it sure is a road,
it was 2008. It's not like we were living in the Stone Ages. I mean...
No, but YouTube was still in SD back then.
That's not in my wheelhouse of things that I know about.
Sean, some thoughts from you?
It's a Rainbow Road. It looks to be about video games, and I admittedly do not know much about. But you do go to Rainbow Road when you die. So if there was any metaphysical questions that need to be answered by Mario, I think this generally sums it up. Would I be correct in assuming that?
I mean, pretty much. Did you never play Mario Kart as a kid?
I did, but
he doesn't clearly have fond memories of Rainbow Road.
How many hours would you say that you played Mario Kart when you guys were a kid? Just estimate it.
Oh, hundreds.
I didn't play a lot of Mario Kart.
Okay. So maybe a 20th of what Tyler played and a 1,000th of what you played?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it was like the thing that my dad and I did as kids. We played Mario Kart 64 a lot.
So then
So this song is like embedded in my brain, and now I'm just gonna hear these lyrics every time I play it for the rest of my life. My copy of Mario Kart 64 is in the living room right now, and I'm just gonna be ripping in peace Uncle Walter every time now. I did find in the suggested videos a related meme called Rainbow Trollolode. Just
I like it better than the first one.
Oh.
I also do, because I love the Trollolol guy. Do you guys remember Trollolol guy? Just a classic meme.
It's not interesting because it's particularly good. I think it's interesting that it introduces an idea into the fiction that Rainbow Road is a heaven-like place that they also race on. And no one's like, wait, do people die in the Mushroom Kingdom? What's their... how does that work? Are their bodies make the road?
Tyler, I could not disagree with you more. I think you're taking this meme to just weird, dark places that I don't like.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be about death. It just doesn't. It's just some rainbows and some roads and some singings. I think people like video games. I think it's a classic video game. It's a solid meme. I mean, it's not a great meme. It's a solid meme, though.
Because then I was thinking, as soon as we played this, important videos popped up, and I was like, is this an important video? And then I said to myself, no.
That's a good point. It showed up for me too. That's really, I mean, that's the true test. Is it good enough for important videos?
Because I don't think this is a video that will go in the meme canon.
No. It's
when you take memeorology in 2065, will Rainbow Road be on there? No.
Yeah, it's not going to be up there with your yees and your dick in a boxes.
Well, they can't all be winners, can they? Great. There's not much more I can say to defend this, so you did it.
You're going to burn out in shame here, Tyler.
You killed him. You killed Uncle Walter. Great.
Ripperoni.
Hey everybody, you can find my design work at tylertreed.com. You can find me on socials as TDR Design on Instagram and Twitter. Hey, I've been working on doing some linoleum print cuts. You should check those out. Really trying to up my game. Really exploring a lot of different things. So you can check that out. Leave your positive or negative feedback. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. And if you really liked it, share this with a friend. Thanks for coming, everybody. Remember to subscribe to r/DudeSpunch.
Go ahead, Sean.
So if you like the internet or me, or want to follow me on the internet and you like me, you can find me on Twitter at sevens8910. That's sevens 8910. I don't know if you guys listen to Reply All's The Russian Passenger Part
Not
2
yet,
this
no.
week.
God.
Oh,
you to
it's
listen
fantastic. It's so good.
You gotta listen to it, Taylor.
I'll listen to it tomorrow.
It's so good.
Are you familiar with the website that checks to see if your information's on the dark web? It's like yougotpwned.com.
I'm familiar with it. I haven't checked because I'm scared to see.
I'm also terrified considering I use a very similar password for a lot of websites. So I'm like, I have been terrified. And I feel like I need to get a password manager yesterday, a year ago.
This has been your PSA. We'll put a link in the show notes too. It's either You Got Pwned or Have I Been Pwned, where you can see if your passwords are for sale on the dark web. Shameless plugs from me. You can follow me on Twitter at TC Olmstead and also on Snapchat and Instagram. You can like and follow the show on Facebook and Twitter. And a quick shameless plug for a new podcast joining the Dudes Brunch family. Emily Bamforth and I will be launching 10-Minute Tech Talk here soon. It's a show where you'll be able to hear snarky hot takes on all the week's technology news in 10 minutes or less every Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on iTunes and YouTube and all the places you normally listen to podcasts. Other than that, be sure to subscribe to the subreddit, and we will see you next week for more brunch. The drummer, you count it off.
Okay, I'm gonna do 8 counts then.
8 counts, okay.
Ready? We clap on 8, so it'll be 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Clap. Ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Clap.
I'm very bad at rhythmic clapping.
Oh, we're so bad at this.